What's it like being a nurse during a world pandemic?
Well, it could be stressful. Sometimes you can feel overwhelmed. There are so many things that you want to keep in mind, like your own security and the security of the patients that you're taking care of.
How do you feel about society deeming you as essential because of your job?
So being an essential worker, yes, I completely agree with that. I mean, I am a nurse and we are essential. We need to be there. I will tell you the truth. Of course, I am scared. I have 3 children at home. I have a husband, and I feel that I am exposing them during this pandemic time. So even though I am extra cautious, I take all the precautions that I have to take when I am at work, when I'm coming back from work. But I think I have to be there. I think my contribution is small, but it's really important. So I believe that it's necessary for us to be at the front line to help. Everyone has a different role, and I think that there's many people who need us, and we have to be there.
Do you feel as though you're making a difference?
Yes, even though I am not saving the world completely, but just the fact that I am adding my, how can I say it, like my little input, like every day. Yes, I think I'm making a difference. I mean, these are baby steps, and it's one day at a time, and if my little small contribution, definitely I think I am in some way.
What does a day in the life look like for you as a nurse?
So I am a nurse, lactation consultant. So I am not a bedside nurse, but I am taking care of moms who are positive. So a day is, I am going to the office, I am looking into my assignments, I am getting ready for the day. Usually we see the COVID positive moms at the last patient that I'm seeing on the day, because you don't want it to go there for the first time, and then I don't want to expose the other healthy patients. So if I am seeing a COVID patient that day, I will see her the last patients of the day.
Do you ever wish you had a different job right now?
Not really, no. I will tell you the truth. At first, I was a little bit hesitant or afraid, because nobody knew what to expect. It's like this virus is bringing new things every day. So I will tell you the truth. I was a little bit afraid. But then I realized that I feel safe at work. We have all the equipment that we need, and I am feeling that I'm making a difference. And then these moms, they are so isolated, they are being separated from their babies. So the fact that they're pretty much alone, because they only allowed to have a support person at the bedside, and then if that person leaves, they cannot go back to the hospital, so they're really alone. So the fact that we are there supporting them with pumping, with milk expression, or latching their babies if they desire, or helping them with any complications, yeah, I think it's worth it, and I am no longer afraid.
How has this pandemic changed your perspective on being a nurse? And what have you learned from it?
As working as a nurse in top of my head, I always have safety for the patient, safety for me, to protect my family, to protect myself. So I was always aware of that, but it seems like during this pandemic, I had to put in practice everything that I have learned and that I knew. The thing that changed for me is that being conscious of all the things that I need to consider when I'm working, or even when I am outside doing grocery shopping.
What does the hospital environment look like now with the spread of COVID-19?
It's very different. Many things have changed. The main thing that for instance, I know that might be silly, but the cafeteria changed a lot. Many areas of the cafeterias now are being closed. Everybody is wearing a mask, a surgical mask. Every employee of the hospital. The visitor policy changed, so visitors are not allowed. In my unit, it's a little bit different because I'm working mainly in the postpartum unit, so they allow a support person for the mother who is in labor.
When and how did you realize this pandemic was actually a very serious issue?
Pretty much when the numbers start increasing in this country, mostly in New York. I think that New York, the situation in New York was like a red flag for us. And 50% of the bed at the hospital where I am working right now, 50% of the beds were COVID patients. But now that changed. Now likely the number is going down. But at some point, half of the hospital was occupied with COVID patients.
What do you feel is necessary for the nation to do right now?
I think that this is as a pandemic that it is right now. The whole world needs to be aware of this. It's very important for everyone to be conscious of these situations, just to protect themselves, to protect everybody, to protect their family. So nothing to be again. It's not to be in fear or. It's just to be aware of everything that we do when we go outside. And it goes back to the basic things like this: wash your hands every time that you touch something when you're outside, and wear a mask to protect yourself and to protect the more vulnerables, like the elderly, for instance, or the people who has the immune system is compromised.
How long do you foresee this pandemic to last?
Well, I think that we will have like a break this summer. It will be less cases this summer, but I don't know what might happen in the fall, just because of the during the fall, as the weather change, as we have more cases of influenza, for instance, during the fall, we might have new cases of COVID. I hopefully no, but that is my fear. We will have kind of a break, I think, in the summer, and then in the fall, I am expecting some numbers to raise.
Okay. Thank you for talking to me today.
No problem.